And look, awesome.
We're talking about like
Sound
studios, the next level of the tool.
I've been teaching martial arts since I was. Are you playing? Hey, what's up? How are you? I'm doing alright. Tomorrow I'm going to the martial arts school to meet you, discuss some things. I was wondering if you were put me up at 1 p.m. to take me. So it's called martial arts school. Yeah, at 1 p.m. Touchdown. Sorry to bother you. Sorry to bother you. I'm coming to the yeah, because I'm taking Uber over there to meet with him hour, and then I'll leave. All right, call me. Thank you.
My cousin plays his whole life at middle school.
Listen to sound.
Yes.
Look, mom felt the pull, the caliber. We do stuff like this, and society, it has a like piece of that. And every we were just talking about XX is the reason that I'm into my world. Like I feel like Jack say now. Did you like to say something?
My famous. So, ever since I figured my life is gonna be a bit more.
I love that.
I love that button.
What that button is. Because I'm new to care about is the flashlight, and that one.
So you push that right there. No, you want here in the state of like phone calls, text messages, you get up.
That's the bro.
Yeah, it's like muscle memory. You like it's important.
No, it is. That's the thing. You saw Bruce Almighty. So like when he became king, he had to figure out how to.
Yeah.
So you are a sensei. You gotta answer everyone's prayer. All that.
Yeah, many
titles. Like the least type of prophets. Like, that's it. You see full sensei that you decided to get back. You don't have to have the name of the messenger. You want to leave messages.
Yeah.
Eli. Messenger. So I see, but this is like this, bro. Like this is what you've a dope family. We're the Bay Area. Like a lot of shit came pop, got famous from the Bay. Digital underground. Go ahead. There you go. And shoot.
The attraction
Track and
because of your choices and your algorithm. Because everything's a vibration. Just like
mimic, we see, we think this is online. We're doing.
that's
We
it.
have algorithms that we
It's with
can
the know thyself. It's all about self, and then you can be the jack, whatever. And that's what. So
that before, but it makes
start this podcast off like I'm 6'9" mindset, the preacher, and I'm reflection. What's your name?
what E
Ah.
E for AX.
Speaking of that's been documenting our journey, amazing of reflections personally, and that's been following. It's Elijah, and then one that my choices allowed me to make.
Yes, sir.
What titles do y'all go by, bro?
He got a few of them.
just more consciously in and I got really got the what they mean. Black fit so Black Ninja Soul. So BLAK. I mean BL. That from my queen back here. Just know that words are spells. If it's good or bad, you might not know it. Singing words that and not by what people have made them to be, but spelled. That's that one. So the fitness one, I'm trying to blend fitness and consciousness. All of them got kind of, and then so the SOL. So that's most. I resonate with Spanish and Japanese. So soul is SOL to me. It's black and soul, black. So they children is kind of intertwined. So main part. So
Pleasure.
You learn something new every day, even though I know you. Okay.
Also Lee told me myself. So I've been over, fine tune trying to come out. That's why it takes me so long to put out. When I misrepresent myself.
Where the and though is like you're going to do misrepresent correctly. That's what communication.
Well, my AK Running Fist Ronin. Running Fist Ronin is because my latest. His art was known as. So to pay homage to him, who I am, art, and then Ronin is what I became. So that was an entity that going. As they call me, Cece. But over the name been sequenced the whole time. I never, maybe a year ago. It's a unique name. I'm gonna remember you by possibly your behind that particular name. It's with a C, so it's CEQE. That was more of a potent mark on people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sequencing, aka Running If It's Wrong.
And the reason I popped up because you said you became Ronin. What is Ronin? What is the definition? That transition part? Why?
So the term refers to a Japanese term. Simpler terms, basically. So my instructor, my friend, my brother. That when he passed away, that became sense. Okay, passing, you know, it goes on. You know, things happen, so I could live.
And
Yeah.
I'm my homie. I brought that up because Tim dope bad DJ, Brick City Band. He died and shit. Terry, shout out to Terry. This is my 6th child's mom. I'm around a lot of grief that like we carried a name at his funeral. So I was able to chill and but he transitioned because he was holding, and not enough people was holding this space. So you absolutely so that we can move on. KRF, like there's some people that's better off on, especially now that we in these. Like I feel like I'm sitting at the table. I told you I've been doing this for, and I study people that have been doing it for a while. Compare myself to Quincy Jones, both of them, except Magneto, like Remo. So I asked you, but like, I like your definition of it. It's even like I have,
Yeah.
like you. I thought yeah, bro, it's dope though.
Sitting on others.
But the space and capacity, there's no need. Like one of the things about it is it's need to know shit, bro. Like running this and what y'all are doing because like that, like what I so I had to make my I had to make children make sports. I had to make my experience it. A little bit something about your let's see you living up to.
Well, Robinson was not martial artist in a good way who pushed to be better versions of themselves. His lessons to go beyond the dojo allowed you to live a life. So his teachings be better, and when I mean better, I believe for what other people saw me as. Saw something in me that so therefore he pushed me to help fulfill that prophecy. Passing, you know, I couldn't see when he was living. I would have been able to do that if he was living. I realized that I was living or present. You know what I'm saying? He passed away. I was able to see a different light.
So you had to basically just the extra there.
One thing that was a clear purpose in life.
How long did
A lot. So I only 3 years with him. 3
seconds, bro?
I like that, man. But yeah, every moment lies. The more and more time I spent, he was a version of me. And when you mentioned earlier, living longer than they were supposed to,
Not someone. My mom. Thank you for trying to shoot the gun.
not in a bad way, but it was said was far exactly. Like his mind was, he surpassed it. So therefore, the times we did have pour as much information in me as I was going to take running fist kung fu further than most would. Just an art. Running built off of a physical, but in reality, a lifestyle. Because when I'm teaching you guys, I don't care about that. I want yourself, and I'm only challenging skill set that I'm great at. You know what I'm saying?
So, the elements of running fist to that for you, like you could describe that.
People like to throw a lot of things behind particular artists. They like to say, "Oh, it's about respect and foundation of life." Fuck those people. Those things are there, but if you force those things on an everyday amount of seconds spending time with people, doesn't take form. So the time that I spent with him and his students, the years, you can tell that with him, he was constantly pouring more of himself into them. So to answer your question, it was about life, enjoying the smaller moments. Never about learning how to defend. Fighting was never winning a competition. It was, he knew that he was knew that he was gonna leave. So he didn't push. He pushed the concept. He pushed continue to grow over the years. Running fist kung fu, or the time, is evolving it, which was stunt school, and what led up and his lessons in a sense.
And evolution, like a lot. And thank you for your question. You can. I know you said. I know I said that.
That's never. That.
I'm channel mode. Like even with like clear channels, and like I feel especially when I came here, like I'm a spirit like coming and being with me. Even if I be like I don't want, I'm not like it's all one. Here, you said you didn't talk articulating. That's what it's about. Relationship. I'm loving to see y'all relationship. Also, I was just talking about downloads. Yeah, because you over there. That, like Austin is like it's like a kid like that. I want to share, but it's still.
Foremost, I got a lot of pictures. Have so much to say. Yeah, like trying to. He told me once I get like one, I'm trying to teach the hell out of that puzzle, the whole picture first. I like to jump in, like try to help people. Empathetic, you know.
Yeah. You end up like the seafood.
So yeah, early. Like just with life, it just to a whole different channel. So him teach me that part. I think that applies to. So I just specific other part of stuff like to not. And people try to blame it being Sagittarius. I'm like, yeah, but channel that though. So I have to compress, and then when I'm ready to say what I got, more articulate, more, and it works a lot better.
Yeah, you surround yourself with earth signs to mix.
So I was getting, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that. With CJ, it was the same situation with me and my coach Crosby. Crosby.
Coach Crosby.
So as soon as he graduated high school and then
North Carolina, I
think
Aggie Pride.
a year or two being the head coach at Dutton. She's head coach. He's in his 20s. He's being a coach. Soon after graduating, the sole assistants like that, Coach Mo, And I didn't know this being so. My junior year, we trying to had all the things he was instilling in us, like other schools, states, everybody respects Coach Fraser. He invited, or I beat them in downtime. He telling them how to beat me, or he's telling them, just do a move. He could have beat Eli. He did this. He doesn't. It doesn't matter who you are. He always knows. He doesn't discriminate. 3 years after I graduated, I finally called up to him, and he was on me, and I was like, "Why?" And then
was he? Oh, so that's
he
OG.
was,
I was just telling, like, y'all OG 27, and you come from melanin. If you ain't even live in America, you are OG.
That long.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Just thinking about Cjo, and I think Coach was here back for a little bit. It's watch out because it helped me understand that I like he put so much out, laid this thing up. I guess it's all he already did what he had to do. So that's what was making. That's what was touching me.
How many years did you get to speak with? All right, so that's way more second. Like there's 86,400, like 80. That's how I live my life. 440 moments. Been living paycheck to paycheck, 25 in a 72-hour bubble. Life out based on like because if I do anything outside consciousness too much, like I live past her expiration date because that's why I'm keep having children my nations together. Like I went to see here, and that's why I highlight my homies. Tim, I'm meeting with my childhood friend therapist. So like that's why like even with you not crying, like because you have given reverence. A lot of people don't know how to celebrate that. Y'all are some amazing teachers in the arts, but just express like this right here. This isn't scripted, bro. So it's gonna be able to talk about the business. What got you to this point, bro? Like about OGism. You're 20.
Like, what's your why? The places that you're on now.
Thank you. So, okay, so you said so.
Where I'm at now? The things that I do?
Whatever.
You got reverence for people.
Where did your spirit come from? Lessons did you choose to learn this life?
If I can get this beat.
Shun is like, bro, I'm blessed. Oh, thank you. I could have stung you, but
well, honestly, I don't know. It may who I used to be in the past life, and a mixture of things, that I've been through this current present moment, or the inspiring me, the will to settle for what's in front. So I guess that was me to continue to combat, and so to make a difference, do things that people say I couldn't do. About stories of young brothers this way you get to 30. I said, me reverse that. You know, why can't I that the older generation are doing to me? You know, so I'm only for you know, and that's your eventually success. Hopefully.
No, definitely, because success only happens when preparation meets aggressively, like success going towards a worthy ideal. Dope leader of nations. Dope. Like you, I heard influence. Your prophet. Like I want the messenger. I want to be able to lead in your life. Car talk. You got to talk a little bit with you and your brother, so without talking about it, like we all have to go through, and also it's one live their person like, bro, I could have not been. I could have not been.
Oh, what?
I love you. I don't know.
If someone says they do know, either they entity to do, and you know, if they believe living in the moment each day, to them, they enjoy that. So all the opportunities that were privileged, that were either learn from it or ran. Shout out. One of them. Yeah, so you either learn, and I've learned from either, and then I pretty much learned
What to do and what not to do.
I was just something or some word, you know. Hopefully that answers your question.
Answer to your question.
Yeah.
That's another martial arts. You know, they can transfer. You said sometimes when you're teaching us, like, throw the same back, it's the same punch. You know, whatever works, use it. Because he, you know, cover back fist. You know, you got shorter arms, or you might be short your way. I'm just giving you map, but you gotta still choose your own.
I'm laying out as many, therefore, the job calls for, you have to try. See what I'm saying? What we said was, if it doesn't work, just that tool later for another issue. Moment, you need this particular tool.
On the tool belt at once.
Exactly.
You can
Don't take all his weapons need.
Yeah. Fuck that. Like, bro. Like,
They always ready.
and not even just Butler. That make sure all brains behind the dollar. What up, Clarence Avant and Quincy Jones?
Oh yeah.
That way said,
A lot of organizations.
a lot of people knowing y'all wise, right? Every time y'all speak of an elder, to feel a presence. Grief you've overcome. You haven't overcome is how.
It took about 2 years at least without remembering my. That's the first thing right now. I've been living here, right? And it took when I met him and with the word love, man.
Yeah, that's a trigger word for me. What do you mean to you?
Listen, everyone has their own. After meeting that man and someone to put so much into someone's his own blood, they want to that their definition of love, you know.
Additional service towards others.
Other ladies, I'm owing them something. It's crazy, right?
Just give. giving.
Exactly.
But
Your parents and your loved ones, right?
Yeah.
But they don't have capacity. They're supposed to, but they don't have.
Yeah, it comes up like I got to.
I don't want nobody to do that. For me,
Yeah.
that father would talk shit to me, right? Like that's how we show love. If that's how you show, don't talk about what I'm doing, especially if I'm serious about it.
Right.
Keep my feelings.
And
But that's
and to build on that definition, when we give from it makes that channel very clear. There's around that expectation that those that choose to love. Because to an empty cup, then accordingly, it's not that the unconditional love pathway is not as clear, but if people to love themselves, a very clear channel. That doesn't mean we can't love themselves. We just have to know it has a
because when you pointed these looking for you, they're not loving.
They always so thirsty.
They're vampires. They keep their energy because they don't let themselves. You can the people that are important to boost you.
right. And just redefining their play because we all vampire. We all take energy like how close to what
you can take energy from these trees. I agree, bro. Making out with a tree, like kiss the rock. When the last time you when the last time you enjoyed the warm pine, and you didn't think that you like. So it's knowing what to pour into. So you're gonna if this red or blue, right? Which one you gonna choose? Go. There you go. The answer. Like there you go. That's but this is we're in a society choice. You need to choose. Choose. You can choose. So it's always an algorithm. Not that my grandmother asked me to meet with goblins and witches. And this is Game of Thrones. Oh, my grandmother is like I'm right now because for y'all to be martial, I'm mad disciplined to hold all the hate.
Now she's a grandmother. Yeah, that's why I'm at now.
So and even then, like I didn't know that about you, but this you showed me love, like pushing us out of the studio, love, and then opening up to love. Like I'm to you about the bread, the money. People like my mom put more love in her if I gave her 100 prayers, and that's why our elders and shit like that, because they hold and love my daughter, just because that's my demand from my grandma. She doesn't have that. She's gonna live. So I'm gonna get her close to us. And that's what this tour is about the love. Because I hear it, I listen to people's sound.
It's very important to know that everyone has that's important. Because, for example, there's people who, I love you. I can't say that of my blood. It's like I can't say it back. I can't saying that or even question because that word still new to me and fresh. Finishing what the word love means different to you than you know what I'm saying. So very seriously, especially say, what you said, that actual words or your name.
Yeah, cause a algorithm on yourself when you say certain things. You just always say I love you, or and then you get stuck with it. You keep saying you love them. You this person when you really don't.
Yeah. One
Mom.
So we're gonna talk like we talk about breaking the curses.
I got a couple questions. I just want to make sure I'm watching the time. I wanted to touch briefly on how it's affected your engaging with the martial arts world. The idea of building nations, about the stunts. So being able to, as a whole baby with a bunch of nations and tying it at the end. So
in short, basically, I want
try not to get distracted.
I want much of what I know into literate. They can't live my life. I can't just want them to be top martial artists, and what they don't want to be. I want to instill in them as much as I take from where they can use it, like the lifestyle, sense in anything they do. Be aware, listen, and check how many people, even though they're not ready to protect themselves or physical wise, and I want them to just, and then once they find their ways, a group of people, like attributes, and then after that I can go to build. So it's a genius idea. People don't think about it. It's like people make it so complicated. It's like I want to be anything they want to be, and then after they're full, I'm gonna let them know what I want to do, or he already see what I'm doing. Hey, I'm GM of the bank. I want to, or Dad, I want to do the stunts with you, or I got this, So
right, because
it's gonna
because you have so much reverence their individual selves, of the love that you have for yourself. Difference comes back because it's you're honoring exactly what it is that they do. I support you, and you have the space for me when the time comes. These are the things that I was building and built in that way.
My parents did that for
this out. We're talking about kids. My of habit. But my thing is, people have kids, right? People their kids. And the most important thing is, so when I'm ready to master myself, better, or if not master myself, because you want to teach them things that can benefit them. Why not teach them something what you've mastered, just mastering yourself. So says these things that I'm learning, these things are going to be taught to them. Other things, because if they can master myself, because they come from me, so sooner than with the outside forces on them. Make sense? So I I kids, and I want kids. If I don't have kids, it's still out there. I'm on social media. I'm on
real quick.
Okay, no problem.
I hear so her and her mom, they waited 16. It's a perfectionist mindset. Yeah, perfectionism. Like, and 3 of them would have been lit.
Dope
They
squad.
would have been dope, but not spoil. Fine reflection. So been waiting. I did it back when I was 18.
Hey, listen, I'm not. It's cool, but
You're mastering self.
That's how I
I'm
felt. That's
living
how I
in the
felt.
present. People. If it comes, it comes. But right now, on me.
That's how I felt about when I was in. It wasn't in my algorithm, but if it was necessary for the mission.
Master yourself, they won't be able to master.
Facts.
Or it'll take a lot longer.
Not having it at 18, I wasn't ready to have children. Once I turned in my, is when I was ready to know.
And more importantly, I want to spend in the position where I'm going to spend almost every day with them.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's
Because grind mode, and you have a child.
one of the things I noticed, but we're gonna is that like you said prior, it's called it a
Pandemic.
pandemic, bro.
I like that.
Yeah, you should.
Sims-
It's club. I've been talking about a pandemic, but like, right? You were talking about the youth that come mastered something, and you master aware of yourself. You're able, like, in everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like, I like, that's what I get. Just like I get to bring something, and the children, like, you have to bring something. Yo, this sword, this either mean peace, you bro.
Peace.
That's it. So when we do that, like I said, I'm getting to know you and ask for it to and also you're unpacking this shit that makes it. You can, by solidifying your foundation, get around her to be able to associate bandwidth. Like my biggest was my aunt away from all of her, and my aunt just come and visit to and not even make sure she eat. Like she need her.
Yeah.
They have barriers. So our family and in that we bring it back to the market,
Mm-hmm.
like to disciplines and how you're like yo. That's what I brought up Bruce Lee earlier, but like I love that you're running fit.
See, my instructor, most of her has
Shade.
one example is being.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of. I think it was 32 or 33.
Okay.
Information that my instructor did get.
Great.
Because he was 60 something when he passed away. So he that was worth
Mm.
a lot of respect there. People don't know that.
I know
People
that.
realize that Bruce Lee is the greatest ever. Like he accomplished his potential.
Right. He was like his way.
Yeah. So he was.
We were watching him on movies to put a lot of. He had all eyes on him, constantly distracted. He was great. He was very experienced for someone, but he didn't have time to put stuff.
Yo, I
So,
love that.
What was your question?
Because you're running fast.
Your discipline. Nice.
And also you talk. I want you the vision of what you want to do. How are you going to take what your seafood build upon? Because I got to witness watching stuntmen go in. Bro. I did a whole stunt in the bed and just I just planned it. I did. You just saw me do a stunt in the middle of all this energy. Yeah. So modern
form choreography of stunts is going to be a lot. Reason being is because I had a lot of I wanted to bring later on, and these are stunts, okay? Because there's love to incorporate that I would love to incorporate. So, you know, the martial way, or we're going to go through a real fighting all the time. Like the fight. I get into martial arts. Okay. Then to understand that there was traits in it. Mm-hmm. After that, then or teacher, I had the characteristics of being a teacher, a higher responsibility for me. After that, so why not be that symbol for the school? I decided to teach and put myself on social media, reach out. It was brought to my attention. I thought I started to learn the skill sets around what was similar to my martial arts, videography. Learning stuff like that was very important for project stuff, which I didn't know. Fast forward to me mastering form of videography, photography, and stuff to look at, and now create that for myself. And as running is running or seeing, it was more important than anything else because no one else doing it. I don't have to go look on social media bad on my name because I never cared. So here we are, the pandemic, much shut down, and I lost a lot of them. They were scared, you know how I go to rechannel the thing back to my traditional ways of martial arts. Mm-hmm. I had a situation which was to teach the way I wanted to teach. People were scared. They want to be too close. Going around, so I threw online courses. People wanted to teach physically, and that didn't steer me away from seeking it. Like I said, and then the pandemic, more free time, back into the social media. Talk about the label people. It's cool. I'm just trying to get.
Right, you likable, bro.
I'm just trying to get what I love to see it. So here we are. For so long, me sit at a of rhyme, incorporating that with those are my family. Because I don't for the longest, but it's all about me. The responsibility of just that's a lot. I got exhausted. It led me to wanting to stop teaching. Instructors passing didn't help either. When he passed away, you know what? To also the way I look at the form of martial arts into choreography. I'm still doing what I love. People don't martial arts teaching, being disciplined that was taught over the years. I want to do that. So I said, the cool stuff. Now here we incorporate that all into a stunt. And the things that I've learned, learning how to market myself. I want to one facility, which people will have learned that. If they stick around, it's gonna be fun, family oriented. It's gonna be. I don't want to touch on too much. Or different than most. I don't want to put too much out there, but just know a lot of roles to like you guys. I rely on a lot of characteristics of leaders. So level to where when people come in, it's entrepreneurs as well as what's it?
Nation.
No.
Family.
Like wouldn't like your child. His mentor. Yes, mentorship. So
that's what plumbers be under somebody.
The people that come in learning, I put the responsibilities. They're gonna have roles, right? Wanting to learn the thing that you know. The individual that I feel like, so you're going to be the mentor. You know what I'm saying? You're going to, as they're learning how to be individuals. So that way, I don't have to do it all myself. And there's a few of you guys, and so that way the community will have, and I'm building a village with the one accepted at.
That doesn't use a lot of words. Like I said, this is what I feel. And of the Sankofa said, that's my grandfather's. Those that are storytellers, it's consciousness on journeys. I told you we're transmuting the book and we're manifesting dope things. And what you know, talking, sink ships. I told you this is me, blessed and honored to be able to get this. Sharing your visions with people with small. I got a lot of doubts and worry. It's that fake love. I don't need you acting like you know what I'm doing with your vision. I didn't hear the details. I studied the greats. I studied by Napoleon Hill. I witnessed my proctor was my mentor. Yeah. He's my ancestor. That's my seafood. What up, seafood? Just transition.
Like 2 years ago, so I'm very new.
Just transition this year.
Wow. My first book by him. Doing
it's not by Bob Proctor. It's by Napoleon. You would think it's by Bob Proctor.
Who came before it? Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
Bob
he got
Proctor,
a lot of his
he built his whole career. Like what you're doing, you're creating a blueprint on our nations. We're creating and you're doing it with the family, doing it with the fitness. This is the thing. If you squat, it's gonna be over there. You said your seafood was 66.
Was it I think it's 59.
So being it's the time where we're family being behind in the beats bed. They're catching all of this frequency down low. So like you for sharing as much as you share, and we will because like
thank you for asking.
Absolutely.
Because I can grow rich because they studied them the top. Like if you want to study, like I told you, I watch Ant-Man backwards. I got dyslexia.
No, backwards.
Backwards, bro. 4%. Go ahead.
invited me to come. And me, you, and your brother meeting.
Oh yeah, Brian McGrath. He's still my mentor. Like he ain't rich poppy. But, like,
Yeah.
because this is the thing. What you're doing, we're the networks. We're the Susus. We're the Lotus Blue Branium. It's our melanin that pops stars. So it's like the dopest ciphers. And I know you said you got weird, and we needed like almost 3.
Yeah.
And to your crib to get your stuff. Being able to know what we're in is a redistribution. Like this. Both of y'all. Eli, what's your greatest asset?
Myself.
Oh, is the red and blue pen. What about you? It's definitely. Oh, bro.
I did
Why,
too.
though?
I was thinking, like,
What's your greatest asset? What's your greatest asset and resource?
Hey.
Me.
me?
With that, I'm proud of that y'all building. I didn't know what.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing when you get three chiefs, and I'm a queen and married. This is amazing. I Grace, Jimi Hendrix, James Brown, feminine frequency, and the Jolly Body out feminine frequency.
Cake.
No, but it's child.
Mm-hmm.
We asked about children, inner little girl and little boy.
Speaking of the inner one, like when I was thinking about traditional martial arts, it's very so it was always like that. And then why I gotta do it like I want to do it like that.
You said when we first came to the studio, I was sitting there and you were like,
That's why
why do I gotta be so serious? Let that inner child.
Part is important because the visual to tap into the creative and by
Especially broken.
right. Designed for be unclean that you should be learning. You should be doing this and that outside. I never give any of my students.
So I call him like sequence Yoda because he'll say something, but was it kind of makes you answer.
Teachers should do because if I give you them, so you for the answer.
Yeah.
Don't keep coming. See, good leaders teach people how to lead them.
I'm gonna tell you earlier. I told you that while teaching people is different.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Without teaching.
And that's it. The intent of what we are. Like I told you, bro. Like I've been around not so great people in the past few years. All necessary.
Yeah.
Bro, because it blueprint. This is data point. It real today. Like we would like. I really want to see you cry, bro. My grandma says crying washes your brain. Like I cried for like 2 days straight, like tears. I don't want to cry no more. Cry often.
Yeah.
Wait, that's that masculine. Like, bro, you gotta have strong back. But like, yo, it releases.
Oh,
mental health is another thing. So why to or why in front of people? If you look at my Facebook, if you go to my Facebook, I always period. I encourage quotes or this do something I saw, put into my videos. But at the same time, I'm
that empowerment is necessary. I want to be able to
crazy.
Any more questions? I want to see y'all have.
One thing.
No, it's not to say like talking. Go ahead.
It flows out. If you don't ask a question, I'm not gonna say it. I tell people it was the best year. Some people from what was taken from them. Now, wow. I sat and spent in my apartment a lot of time necessarily do writing, because that's all I had. Exhausted from the first one things that I used to do, but then this is getting serious. That I didn't necessarily always think about. That was affecting me in how I perceive life, or the next year or the following. When I have the opportunity, I do it.
Sorry about like how you brought the mental health. I see all of that. I always see what happened to me. Like that's mom. You ever seen The Godfather? Like, well, it's old school, but in that,
yeah.
So when somebody has a wedding birth, like you come and they talk to the Godfather because that birth, like they know that they're union. So your mental health conversation, back
another story, but yeah,
you went in, you touched on it. The pandemic caused a lot. I checked myself into 18 because I almost my child's mom, and then get my mom. Like I foresaw it. Events started playing out, and spirituality is like we have to be able to know how to count. And the one ways to do it is athletic, martial discipline. Like, and you with the discipline and the creation you're doing with your personal fitness and ninja.
I told you 2 days ago to
horticulture.
Because I wanted that too. Like, you don't know when power go out. Oh no, like
sustainability.
I want them to be
hug a tree.
Yes.
You ever hug a tree? Yeah, me too. See, they do it already.
So, yeah, just when outside of martial arts, do all these different can teach what I, you can master these different things I'm teaching you, bring it together.
Bro, we learn action. Like that's like, and if I can't see you do people decipher, bro. I look, I'm
sorry.
God, don't be sorry. Be
about when it comes to my skills, or even when they ask me stuff like, or how do I angle it? How do you do it this way? Or one quote that my instructor, is, I more times in the pupil has failed. Well, no, it's the other way around. The master more times than the pupil has tried.
So when you was talking about you encourage people to take in your quotes all the time. I just found a little bit of it.
There you go.
I used to tell him all the time, take notes.
Take-
I
You don't remember.
Right, bro.
Okay, one is if you've been having a lot yet. You said don't get hung up on mistakes. Combo when the goal is to keep.
Big fact.
You can't stop in the heat of battle.
Yeah, bro.
He said, the horrible monster I make you the better human.
Beauty and the Beast.
That was
okay. He said you're competing against your staying better than your past self.
Hey.
Now the present, okay. And then you see opportunities possible. Be a sponge in the world. Don't be still.
I say.
I like the one with flight down. You got to send that one to me.
Okay.
I said
To that.
Yeah.
Y'all-
not that one. Not the
Y'all
last one.
So break off from past.
The beauty thing about it is they don't know this, but I wanted to be there of energy into my students, and those are the ones who got the lessons. So individually, Tanaka, Eli, right, and the notes, and I encourage that because in life, when I just all y'all notes, y'all still have them. You know what I'm saying? And it's from
And
different
it's-
perspectives.
All what I always think is deeply interconnected of ourselves with our own specific point in time to learn what ways to elevate the collective consciousness.
I eventually met students that was with him for over 30. I never met the guy in my life after spending a few minutes a day that he knew my intro. It's the same lessons, right? But then there are now, of course, instructors, same information. Information, but totally different. And that's what triggered. That's what triggered.
What you're doing with social media, I've been doing it in MySpace days.
Not my. What is that?
Bruh.
Bevo.
But to see, because that's what we're supposed to describe it. And you did a great job to handle this. And like I said, all of y'all were variables.
Mm-hmm.
There's no knowns, and then you gotta know what you like. That's
The authenticity of it, because we're all just being here at the table, going on with the intention of communicating.
And I would love to see you give a demo for our fans. Your movie.
I forgot what movie I saw. Like this father, and they're all at odds with each other. I don't know what he eventually went crazy, or he knew he was losing each other. They things by him.
Mm-hmm.
So they all had different ways that they can actually work together.
That's it.
So they had to go on like my sister. Y'all got amazing hearing that.
Right? Like I brought up everybody like the superheroes, but everybody got I love the villains, bro.
All villains, they all
Yes,
started
the fact-
off.
That's it, bro.
See their mom, and then, malevolent. What's her name? Yeah. She was. Just
Look, her really groomed,
yes.
and they decided.
Villains are just, had a to the situation. The society, the government can't do that. But what do you want me to do?
I brought that up for you. It does. Probably so. Yeah, Brad. They break it to be broken. Like I see you, but you're not supposed to feed them.
It's not even universal law.
But it's the ducks. Like I've seen some geese going there, and they walk away.
I went to the beach and like gave food, but it had like elastic stuff in it.
Shit, bro.
Oh yeah, I did.
It was like it was snowing. Like,
Wow.
it was crazy.
Very intentional mayhem.
It is.
High level building.
It is. Why I brought that up is because like we always have to engage with the teacher. And a lot of my students, the spirit battle with my demons. Like I love my demons. Know that I can pull my angel. So it's just like what I got to witness with loyalty being built. And like I said, even with your family. Wait. What?
To hers. Mine
I like this
is
one.
Trump. Mine is for her. She can learn.
What's my Be Real moment? Have you heard of the app Be Real? New app, right?
Okay.
The application, the people on your friends list, y'all all to post what y'all doing right now. So if you're posting to Be Real right now, this is what I'm doing 2 minutes ago. But in order for I have to post my Be Real.
The intention is to be intentional.
In the moment.
In that moment.
Yeah.
Then once you do it, then they can engage with it.
Yeah.
So it's like
man.
Snapchat.
Way more intentional.
Way more part of my Be Real.
I remember I was on her for something with. I remember I told you about Clubhouse.
I did not know.
I told you about Clubhouse.
Oh no, I know about
When
last
it
year.
first came out,
I was
like like.
But I was studying it for a while.
It's Clubhouse is cerebral. It got a stage, a mic, and the people with the a lot. This is the thing. What we just did that.
Yeah.
At a point in time,
I
like
prefer
banning
face-to-face.
people and people on different social media things. Whatever it was, they created Clubhouse. Get a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we say something real, you get banned by Facebook. You get banned by some stuff that actually. You know,
And
it's a
Facebook. So it's all
stimulation too, because the imagery and able to hear somebody talk, some great like you can hear more through a picture
the
of
sounds.
somebody.
Mental health is the sounds. Sounds letter, like you said, fight, flight, or fall, and response. No. One of the things I learned in circles with niggas that did jail time for them. No, look, I'm on my square. We both can't occupy the same. So if I take a step, yep. If I you know that I feel like I got out your ear. If I take a step in, yo, I feel like yo. It's about like I'm not a fighter, but I'm not a fighter, but I'm a my hands. Attracted to me is because my name is Messenger. We find in other we come with fighters and we mesh our ways. Like yo, bro, like look, one of the first help these come in. like my solar plex, my soul. I mean, I felt it. I'm like, yo, like finding the balance, evil or the villain and the good things in your angels is everything. And even with those, like, media has a demon in it. It's all. It's just learning how that white duck right there.
Nobody ain't like her.
Bruh.
When it comes to like angels and you, I mean, they're
Everything is.
Everybody say it,
exactly when
it's no good and bad. Just
when you try to deny it or that negative version with it, that's when more problems arise.
Check. It's 3:05.
Thank you.
So, real brief. So when we were talking, the way I teach and the way I martial arts before emotion when and I'm like when I'm watching them, when you see him throw rhythm, whether you disrupt that rhythm, you have to find a rhythm to compensate for that. Okay, but yeah, it's like a heartbeat. How I teach my students on how I interpret martial arts, way of life. For example, from a position where his guard is already up. This is a confrontation that he goes up. A lot of things are wasting, but now we're here, right? Like that is because everyone forget it's always
A part of it.
a deception before this. So my main thing is to try to get away. Disrupts me. I try to go this way. Then so we're here. Okay. So we want to trap this hand begin first. So I mean him noticing that I did that, which takes his attention a bit off of this for a split second to allow me to go back or side to. But let's just say I go a little bit more skillful than I thought. In life, you have to adapt, and you don't have all the time depending on the situation, you know. So, okay, decision you still have to adapt from that. So if I go now, I go to a different decision. Wow. Then I have another opportunity to block set. That's fine. I move, occupying the unoccupied until my opponent gives me. Okay. Like chess. What is your defense? My defense is.
That's how I am, bro.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's all it is. Like, if I'm constantly, I'm always gonna continue to attack. So something out of Bruce Lee's book, the intercepting his mindset. But when I'm saying, hey, sir, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do. You need me intercepting that for a second.
Verbal.
Exactly. But I didn't mean to. I can move from here.
And those hands, what you're doing, action, and like if you put your
It's less threatening.
like
so it's a try. Do this is how I what you show me you are martial artist you are what you are living your life. So I tell people you're not gonna like my art, and if you don't like because it's an interpretation. So if I go more, should never get that block. Get that block. I'm touching his show and get it, nigga. Come on, man. Yeah. If I can get okay, that can be right to the eyes. Wham. If you cannot see, it doesn't matter matter how much this person's eyes, he's no.
He's now in defense mode, like.
Exactly.
That, and that regards to like when I was watching. Oh, slide over.
It was
In this, we got like I told you, it's gonna be like a mind to allows me to download, but you got to what I was saying before that.
Paying attention to.
Oh no, I was like eye rakes and all that. Like, bro, it's not just what like it was not accepted. Like your arts, your status in the it was beautiful. When you said when you invited me to the choreo, we're hearing martial arts called choreo, or the stunt aspect called. I got you, but it, bro, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
the dance between two opponents is you get the dance partner.
Like it.
If you consideration, I'm moving. People have to keep up with me. Back, I'm confident. You know? So it's that I instill in my have. That way I know that changing based off of that in life. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. It's like my turn. Tag.
I want you to do this, all right? So it's like a participation. So when you see me going, all right, so I'm gonna come over here. When you see me move, when you move, I mean, don't kind of, but when I go, okay. Now, there's only one. It was only one. So.
Right? Because the sound of a hit. Because you're blocking his hand down.
That represents your reaction. You don't have. I like this. Okay, yeah. Ooh. I'm already there.
Yeah, you in.
I'm already there.
Yes. The same second.
Just going to like regards to teaching a student, being in particular, like the way it plays sounds like a hit as well.
For instance, we go off a metronome. Yeah, we use that, right? So dance movements, you go to, right? So same thing, slow it down. Just 1, 3, 4. Right? But then the sound, right? Then, but eventually sound like one technique.
The one talent that's that.
Yeah.
It's a macro.
Yeah.
Because the muscle memory already. Like I tell people, like walk tempo. Like when I do my headstand and like worrying or thinking about, so even when if no one ever is vibration, that's why you saw me like there was a lot of energy to try to. Yeah. Thank you for that. So, and we look forward to sharing it. Yes, bro. Look. So, yeah, I know you. You and the but like I said, the thing is, right? It's a frequency at the hotel.
Money is an exchange.
sit places and you set up because like we needed peace for the energy that we were and taking in. The town I'm at, like the fire alarm went off today.
Really?
I was like, you heard the alarm? I was like, no, but it's the police has already been up there, but it's dope energy up there, and money vibrates fast. And needed some type of controversy or something for us from. So that's why the invitation open. You're a dope individual.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
So my big, not martial arts. I've been to martial arts that
Can you
stand up and like you know, like